story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity, that a survivor. No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Sometimes you just need a drink. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
I don't know. FF9
He sets foot inside one of Solandi's
not that fun of a speedrun for me.
Wait, haven't I? Anyway, Rondi's place just brings back memories. Then kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call.
That was pretty bad.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Good news is the emergency defenses still work.
New Game Plus, I start with all the weapons and upgrades from the previous save. Like here I'm level 10 already and have all the drinks.
Tough part of town.
I only need one, but...
The arsenal's where they keep.
And here I have all the weapons.
For the job.
I mean, I guess you don't immediately start with them, because you have to get to somewhere to equip them, but... Yeah, you don't start with all these weapons in a new game run.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corners. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Right back at you.
So that jumping ability I just did, you can't do on New Game because you don't have it. That's an ability you're supposed to buy at the Lost and Found, which is basically a shop, if you're unfamiliar with the game.
Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. And just like that,
and with that ability I can jump over some gaps and stuff.
Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send
it would be hard to play.
To the wild unknown.
I think pretty much any game is hard to play with a laptop trackpad.
Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what
a mouse isn't expensive,
Kid don't know
so
what's out there waiting for him.
I'm sure you could get a mouse for like a $5. Or use a controller if you want. This game supports controller.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one?
You can't speedrun with the controller though.
But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. And now there's a new marshal in town. Almost like he's showboating for the crowd. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. He comes back, just like
I really should have explained things more.
The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Kid ponders what to build.
Why don't I get the dialogue skip? Please, game. Why you gotta be like that? I don't get it. I lost 2 seconds.
The dead. The dead
really
ain't gotta
fucking
worry
annoying.
about this mess. The calamity took everybody after all. kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close.
What?
And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this: we have to go. Please.
I don't know. I didn't like controller. I played normally with mouse and keyboard, and I tried controller, and I thought it was awful, and I couldn't do it at all.
His name is Zolf. No hiding, he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia.
I think I was much better with mouse and keyboard.
He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind, both to him and to each other, for the first time.
But like I said, if you're planning on speedrunning this, switch it down. But if you want to speedrun this, you can't use the controller. Well, I guess you could, but it'd be slow, very slow. Control incentive? No. That'd be like a casual playthrough. It wouldn't even be. Oh my god, that would be so bad. It would literally be casual in every sense of the word. I wouldn't be able to do the core juke. I wouldn't be able to do pike vaults.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All I want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. Cinder brick gave him enough heat and metal to munch on for a while.
Well, I could pike vault some gates, but I couldn't do like this pike vault here. It's impossible. With controller, it's not possible.
Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
You can lock on keyboard too.
Just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to
You hold shift and you lock on.
The thing the calamity saved for Zolf was Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. That's it. A few more shards like that. We'll be back in business.
No,
but there's
no
a way
way.
to put her back together. The shards.
I mean, the game uses mouse movement to move. It's not even WASD, so there's no way.
The wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Queenie leads
Maybe
the
one of the
kid into
bonus
some
challenges or something,
trap.
but
The closer you get to an ankle gator's
doubt
lair,
it.
the thicker the tall grass grows. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers. Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection. The Bastion ain't gonna build itself.
wow, I'm surprised I got a gold. I could have done a quick kill there. Since I got a crit, I didn't need to attack a fourth time.
Why Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time.
What the fuck? Great start. Ooh.
They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here, but we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. Places inhospitable as they come. After all, When we looked down inside Colford Cauldron, we had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Park. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, he
Could have been a
still
lot
see
better.
the cauldron from the city, but all the fires died out. He comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. High time we built something new. Imagine everything you need to build a city like Caelondia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes a burstone quarry. Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. Not only are these rocks a source of life, keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. We found that the oldest ones remember things. Now why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? Might be the gods told him the quarry's bad news. Those rocks, all polished to a pure sheen, the largest ones, you know as cores. Remember how I said Rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says. Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
Nice.
If that's the way it is, he says.
I was really worried I was
then
gonna miss that
won't
juke
stop
because
you,
this run's really pretty good.
because my countrymen will. The next part's hard to talk about, no matter how many times I try.
Can't really fuck up the rest, but I probably just jinxed
Say
it
what
somehow.
you will
I guess I
about
could.
Zolf, but he's a man of his word.
I could talk to them in the heart of the Bastion, I suppose. I would fuck it up pretty
His
badly.
countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though.
Maybe.
Well, it's all more than. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it.
Oh, that's a sick time. Oh man.
It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon. No matter what happens next, you done good.
I'm really happy with
I
that.
suppose all that's left is to try and remember this moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done and each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Caelondia, we're coming home.